guys, how are you doing? So good to see you and to be able to enter your homes once again. I hope you are all keeping well and eating healthy, subscribing and telling friends about the new family of easy meals at home. Today I thought of making something that is more nutritious and healthy for us all, because it's one of those meals that you can find where if you don't want to cook, or you feel like you've eaten enough of fries, enough of cooked food, I decided to go salad today. This salad is not the normal. You will have it by itself and it should be feeding. It should be rich enough with all the nutrients that we need. And before we get any further, I just want to say thank you for subscribing. Subscribers, thank you for viewing. Thank you for telling friends and spreading the rumor. Thank you for hitting that button of subscription. Thank you so much. Much appreciated for the comments. Especially to special thanks go out to Housewife Homestead, to the viewers in Kenya. Much appreciated. I'm yet to find out who you are, but I appreciate because I see the ticking of the boxes from Kenya. Thank you so much, subscribers from Kenya. Thank you so much, subscribers from America and viewers from America. Much appreciated. Well, I hope you will enjoy with me as we prepare this sumptuous, healthy, feeding salad at home. What we'll need today will be potatoes. Like you can see here, I've got myself potatoes. I've got some eggs, because I'm going to use eggs in my salad. That's why I said it will be feeding. By itself, it should be enough. I've got myself some lettuce. I'm keeping it in water so that it removes the dirt and also keeps it fresh. I've got myself salt, some onions, spring onions, zucchini, as you can see, some cucumbers. Remember, we said a feeding meal, so we'll not leave anything. We try and put everything. Some onions, tomatoes, carrots, green pepper, and these 2 bowls to help me sort the salads. I've also got vinegar and some olive oil that I'm going to use to make my salad. Now, before we do anything, we will try and put on the eggs and the potatoes so that they can start ahead of us, because the rest are not going to be cooked. So I'll turn on my heat and put on my eggs and my potatoes. I need this to go ahead of me so that when I'm ready to put them in, they are good to go. Remember, our eggs have to be boiled. So I'm going to put, you can see I'm putting many eggs. I'm making for 7. If you're making for 1, you should be good with just 2 eggs. If you're making for 2, 4 eggs should be enough, and you just go doubling depending on your number of servings. Now my eggs are more because my number is quite big. So I'm just multiplying 2 by the number of egg servings. Now my eggs will go on, and then I'll put my potatoes in as well. Now I want these not to overcook. I'll put them on at the same time. That way I'm sure that by the time I'm taking off, they should all be ready. But just to give my eggs some time extra, I'll get them started so that by the time my potatoes are ready, because the potatoes were slightly smaller, they should be ready quicker. And I don't want them overcooked whereby they are smashed. I need them just right. The moment your knife starts going through, you know your potatoes should be off. I peeled these and washed them and also soaked them in water because that will keep them colored well. Now I'm going to add water and then cover my potatoes. Now, as my potatoes are boiling and my eggs, time for me to chop up my vegetables and be able to start on the salad. So you can cut to any desired size. For me today, I will be using a smaller size of the spring onions because I don't want them to overwhelm my salad. I don't know about you, but there are times I feel like I've eaten enough of fried food, enough of the local foods, and there are times I just feel like I need a cleansing. I need to detoxify. Now this kind of meal will help detoxify you. Gentlemen that are out there and watching, this would be good also for your rectal dysfunctions. If you have any, ladies, this is also good for us because eating natural things preserves all the nutrients. Like say if I eat the oatmeal, it is rich in so many things. If I eat the zucchini is rich in vitamin A, vitamin C, especially if eaten raw. When you cook zucchini, you lose vitamin A and you only can retain vitamin C. So you can imagine. Now, once in a while, it will be good if we can make this part of our menus and eat just salads. As you're going to see, there will be nothing fried. It will be just vegetables in our bowls. And also we will use the eggs because they are rich in proteins. They will help us to balance it out because the eggs are also rich in so many things, folic acid and iron, proteins. So that's why I've used eggs in this. Once a week, if we could make it a habit to go salad, that would be good. I know my kids will like this because every day they are having food. It would be a different twist for, especially for kids that are struggling to eat. Salads would be a good thing and they would pull up their appetites. I remember one time I ate just a fruit salad, like you see in one of the future videos. We ate a fruit salad and we felt like we are clean inside and out. There is that feel that you get when you eat healthy, organic things. A feel of healthiness. And I hope we'll have that today together. Now I'm cutting up my oatmeal. If you have seen my spring onions, they are smaller. Reason is they are easier to take down when they are smaller. The smell does not overwhelm my salad and my palate. And when I get to my oatmeal, because it also has its own aromas, I'll get it as thin as I can. So try and get it thin as you can so that the aromas can be absorbed and it will be easy to take down. Now, the zucchini I've got here, one thing we need to know that if you see it in town or you see it in shops, don't hesitate to buy it. This thing is very good. It's rich in vitamin A and rich in vitamin C as long as it's not cooked. Cooking it would mean it would lose some of its nutrients. So it is best if you see zucchini, get it and have it raw. That way your body will be able to absorb all the nutrients in here. I'm going to slice my zucchini in thin, long slices because I want it that way. You can go circular, you can go square, you can go rectangle, crazy with the shapes. The whole deal is to get an appetizing meal out of our vegetables. Now also not to forget that we washed them before we got them to the board, because if you don't wash them, you're likely to get worms and also contaminated food, which will get you to the toilet even when you don't wish to. So now after I've sliced up my zucchini in long strands, I'm going to dice them up again and put them in my salad. They are going to be a bit longer because I need to see my green in there. As you can see, they are a bit longer, but if you make the slices thinner, they should be able to be taken down even as long cuttings. Now I've finished cutting my zucchini. Time for my cucumbers. I'm also going to give them that long, thin cutting. Make them thin so that when you chop them up, if you're going to go for the long ones, that is. But if you're going circular, you can go still thin. It looks more appetizing that way. Remember, my eggs and potatoes are already on fire, so if you have eggs as well and you plan to add them to your salad, it would be a best thing to do if you put them on fire now. It's like that by the time you're done cutting up your vegetables, they should be ready for you to add to your salad. Remember, this is a quick meal that won't take much of time, and yet it will be filling and a new twist to your menu. Once in a while, it's good to detoxify, and this would give us that, and yet will be filled. If you don't put potatoes in here or eggs or any kind of protein, it will be a good salad, but it won't be filling. You will eat, and after a short time you feel like you're hungry, but you would have detoxified. You can put in here beef strips or chicken strips. Some people who have bacon can use bacon. Now I'm done cutting up my cucumber. I'm adding it to the spring onions, the zucchini, and oatmeal. Now I'm going to also use some onions, reason being they act as antibiotics. These are good, especially if you're having these flus and coughs that are going on. Onions are good when raw, but we need to cut them up into thin slices as well, so that they are easy to eat. You can cut them long, you can cut them square, but as long as you have them in there as well, but raw, that will be good. Now remember, our hands were washed, so now I'm going about making my onions, splitting them up so that they can be mixed well in my bowl for salads. I've chopped them up into thin slices, as you can see on the board, and I want them split up so that every bit of the bowl is touched by these onions, so that every serving has a trace of these onions. Now you can use as many as you want. Now because our hands are clean, we are able to do this very well. Now when I'm done with my onions, I'll sprinkle them into my bowl for vegetables, for the salads, and then I'll go to the carrots. You see how I'm putting, at the end of the day, your salad will have all these colors because we'll mix them up. And then I'll also use my homemade mayonnaise. If for those of you who have not watched the previous video where we were making mayonnaise, you can look it up and be able to make your own mayonnaise at home and use as much as you want. I'll cut the lettuce now. If you have it, remember the things we have in Uganda are all organic, straight from the garden. So they are not cleaned. You soak them in water. That way you'll be able to get a clean salad at the end of the day. Hygiene is very paramount in this case. So when you soak your lettuce in water, it will be able to remove the dirt and give you that clean peel that you will use to make your salad. When you're eating, you're not biting through stones or bits here and there that are not easily explainable. Now I'm trying to clean mine before I use it for the salad. Now I'm going to chop up our lettuce. If you have it at home, after you've washed it thoroughly, then you can slice it up into small bits. The reason I'm going small bits because I don't want them to overlap everything that I've put in my salad. So I'll put them in long and thinly sliced so that they can give me that good salad that I want. Remember, lettuce is crunchy and really nice. We'll use some vinegar in here. I don't know about you, but when you wash this lettuce, if you have it at home, you see there are all kinds of things that swim up after you're washed. So it is best to wash them with vinegar or marinate them with vinegar when you're done as the salad, and then before you serve. That way the vinegar will kill anything that you did not see and make your salad okay to eat. Now I'll put my lettuce also with my other vegetables and then continue to chop up the rest. Now I've finished my lettuce, as you can see in the dish. Now time to add the carrots. All these vegetables have got a point to meet where it's in the finished bowl. Now you see my carrots are sliced thin. Reason being thin and long because I've cut my lettuce that way, my zucchini that way, my cucumber that way. So this will help let my salad have a thin. If you're going round, you can cut your carrots up in a circular form. That way when if they are in a bowl, they don't look confused. They look like they're in place. Now I'm just slicing up my green pepper because I've finished the carrots. I'm going to keep the same thing, long and thin. Some people find it hard to eat green pepper raw. So if you cut them in an appetizing way, it should be irresistible even to those that say they don't like green pepper in a salad. Now I'm done cutting up my green pepper. As you can see, it's still the thin long cuttings. I'll sprinkle it over my salad. Now also these ingredients, like I said, depend on the number of servings. Like I said, mine is 7. So if you see my bowl tipped up, you don't have to make yours that way. You just make according to your numbers of serving. Now I'll also do the same for my tomatoes because I want to use them just a little bit to put in my salad. This will add some red color. If I had red peppers, this would be a good time to use them, but I don't. So I'm using the tomatoes. Now when you're making a vegetable salad, do not hesitate to use anything that you have at home. Whatever you have can give you a good salad, as long as you balance out the proteins as well. Now I've put also some potatoes. Those will also help with my carbohydrates so that I have something feeding in there. Now my tomatoes are ready. but I'll not add them yet because I'm going to add vinegar and my eggs. So I'll put these on the side, then I introduce other elements. Now my eggs are ready, so I'm slicing them up, getting them ready for the salad. Now I'm not cutting them straight. I'm trying to put some art. Ladies and gentlemen, we need to be artistic so that our presentations will look appetizing. Even before you eat, it should be inviting enough. So I'll cut them at an angle. Instead of going like this, I'll go like this. And then slice, and then slice again. This should give me a nice look when I'm putting in my salad. You do this to all your eggs. I don't know how many people you're expecting to serve your salad, but whichever the number, you just double the eggs. If a person can eat 2, that means if you're having 4 people over, it is 2 times 4, which would be 8 eggs. Now mine is 7 servings. I have over there 14 eggs. Now when you're done cutting up your eggs, remember we have our boiled potatoes as well. So I'll put my eggs on the side. Time for me to divide up my salad because this bowl won't be enough for them. I'm going to put some vinegar in my salad. This will help to taste, but also kill any germs that I don't know of that may be present in my salad. This is vinegar. I've used apple cider vinegar, like about 2 teaspoons. Feel free to use any kind of vinegar. It would give you the same thing. Now this will be there for now, but I'll try and mix it up because I'm going to divide my salad into 2. Why? Because my bowls are a bit smaller for the 7 servings, so I'm going to have to use my hands on this one. Remember, if your hands are clean, you can feel free to go ahead and do what I'm doing. But if they are not, just wash them up or use a ladle like this one. It should be able to go around very well. Now I'm also going to add some salt. This will help the taste, and some olive oil. Now olive oil is something people use a lot of because it is healthy and you can eat it raw. If you can see, my colors are starting to blend. The carrots, the onions, all this green assures me that I'm being healthy even as I eat. And remember, you can never go wrong with salads. You can't be like you ate too much. These are not like meat that you ate too many of them, and so your body cannot act well. They will not make you gain weight. Instead, they'll help you balance it out. Now I need to mix even up to the bottom because that's where my zucchini is, that's where my pot meal is. And until you see every bit of everything that you've put in there at the bottom, you continue to mix. Now I'm splitting up my salad into 2. You don't have to. I'm doing this because, like I said, my serving is for 7. So I'm assuming 3 people would use one, and then 3 would use the other. Especially if you're going to have people over this festive season, you can always do a salad and then find bowls that fit. If you can manage to get one that can be good enough for your salad, that's good. But if you can't, you can use 2 smaller ones that can be split up at the end. The reason I've split up the vegetables is because they can't easily get squashed, but what I'm introducing in after here is likely to be squashed. Now I'm going to use my homemade mayonnaise because that will help me give better taste to my salad. I'm putting some small oil, olive oil to help test and pull out my ingredients, and I'm also going to use some black pepper. Why? Because black pepper tends to act as a good binder to everything that you use in your salad or to your cookings. Now I'm going to use black pepper. This is my homemade mayonnaise. If you have yours as well, if you've not, if you're watching for the first time, please look out for the video on how to make mayonnaise, and you'll be able to get it at home and make it at home and give to your loved ones. Now for my bowls, I put quarter a teaspoon from each bowl, because remember there would be half a teaspoon, but because I split up my salad, I'm using quarter and quarter, which is half tops. I'll mix this up together, my olive oil, my lettuce, cucumber, zucchini, carrots, and onions. Then when I'm done, I'm going to put in my potatoes and eggs. When I introduce these ones, I'm not going to be mixing. So what I'm going to do is add the mayonnaise right here and now, so that my potatoes and my eggs stay whole. You can see I'm not sparing on my mayonnaise, simply because I know I can make more. So if you make it at home, you'll be glad to use all of it unsparingly, because you'll be able to make fresh one as and when you need it. That is why it's key that we learn how to make mayonnaise and have it as and when we want it. The salad with my mayonnaise and other ingredients, other vegetables or salad, before I introduce the eggs and potatoes. Now remember, I've also not added my tomatoes yet, simply because I don't want them squashed. Those ones also help with the presentation. Now do not hesitate to taste, because that will give you the true picture of what you're doing. Like now my salad could use some little more salt. If you're making at home, also test and see if you could use more salt or black pepper. I'm using more salt because I'm going to introduce the potatoes and eggs. Now I'm putting my potatoes, as you can see. See how they turned out? I drained them of all water, and then I add them to my salad. Now I'll shake this up a bit so that it mixes before I put in the eggs. I'm using shaking because I don't want them squashed. I want to still be able to see them when I serve or present them. Now you try as much as you can to just shake. If you can't, then you can use a spatula, but then you have to first shake to make sure they are not squashed. Now I've put in my potatoes. Now I'm going to add the eggs. Remember, I have two bowls, so I'll put half of it in here and half into the other one, so that my salad is balanced out. And then I'll bring in my tomatoes after. Now I mix, but carefully, so that they are not squashed. But it doesn't matter, it will all end up in the same place, but you try to see to it that they are not squashed. Now I'll put in my tomatoes. This is because of the color that I want to give my salad, so that as and when you present your salad, it looks yummy even before you serve or you eat. Some people would use some lemon juice, but because I use vinegar, I don't need the lemon juice. Now my salad would look like this, so that whoever is serving puts a tomato in there or puts an egg or potato. That's how our salad will look. It may look messy, but it's tasty, it's rich, it's filling. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much, subscribers. Please do not hesitate to tell a friend about our channel so that together we can make nice meals at home. See you next time. Enjoy.